Hello everybody, David returning again. I got another video I want to upload here. I've got a lot of friends, some family that are starting carnivore. Some of them are easing into it and some of them are going full-fledged carnivore. One of my family members started yesterday and he's been texting me and asking me questions about the do's and don'ts. And I just wanted to briefly kind of go over what all is included in it. If you're watching this, you probably already are on carnivore or you're interested in it and you might have done your own research. But I just want to break down the bare minimum basics of what you need to eat and avoid on this diet in order for it to be optimum. Now, given everybody's body is different and will react differently to it. Some people, when you start out, you will experience that keto flu or that withdrawal from carbohydrates and sugar. Kind of makes you feel weak and lethargic and achy, but it does pass. Now, I didn't have that with me. My body didn't really go through that. But getting into it, what you want to stick to is high fat and protein. So with that being said, you want fatty red meats, ribeyes. Man, I love a ribeye. You want to stick with red meat. When it comes to ground beef, I stick with the 73-27 because of the fat content. Because remember, you're converting to using fat for fuel. Your body will turn, once you reach that mark of your body using up the remaining glycogen in your liver, you will end up, your liver will end up releasing the ketones, which will signal your body to start burning fat and using fat as a fuel source versus glycogen or sugar. So you want to eat high fatty meats, fatty ground beef, fatty red meat. If you do poultry, country style ribs have a good bit of fat on them. When it comes to pork, chicken thighs are great when it comes to chicken because of their fat content. Lean chicken, the chicken breast and stuff, is okay too. It's still protein, just not a lot of fat. Shrimp are great. Shrimp are pretty high in fat. They're high in cholesterol too, which you'll find out on this diet. Don't worry about cholesterol. Do not worry about it. I had a physical back in mid to late June after doing carnivore hardcore since March 3rd, and my labs came back perfect. I'm talking about my sugar levels, my HDL, LDL, everything came back perfect. And my doctor was flabbergasted because she thought I was for sure going to be reading in the red, and she was going to be like, you need to reverse this now. Not. Doctors, on a side note, doctors are going off of what they were taught. They're going off of the food pyramid. They're going off of, you need fiber. You need this much fiber, this many grains, this many nuts, this many legumes in your diet. Let me tell you right now, on carnivore, you stick with the fatty red meats, the fatty meat in general. You stay away from anything seed oil based. Mayonnaise, it's high fat and no carbs, but look at one of the main ingredients in it is soybean oil. Soybean oil is not good. Anything fried, even if it's like chicken wings that aren't breaded, if they're fried, they're usually fried in some kind of peanut oil or a seed oil or a legume oil in this case. Peanuts are actually a legume. So you got to be careful of all that. You want to stick with grass-fed butter. Kerrygold is a great brand, which I'm not sponsored by or anything. I'm just telling you that's a great brand, Kerrygold. Regular salted butter, if you have to, is fine. Absolutely no margarine. That stuff is a molecule away from being a yoga mat. So no margarine. Ghee, salted butter, Kerrygold, other grass-fed brands preferred. The more natural, the better, even when it comes to your meats. But I understand that stuff's expensive. So you've got to be careful nowadays in this economy. I know, trust me. I don't stick with all that most of the time. I just stick with the basics. Like I said, the fatty red meat. It's not, some of it isn't grass-fed. Same with the chicken. Some of it's not pasture-raised. Another great staple in this diet: eggs. Eggs. They have so much omega fatty acids and so much healthy, good fat and protein. It's just a powerhouse. And of course, our favorite, everybody's favorite, bacon. Bacon is great. Even save the bacon grease. Cook in the bacon grease. That'll be your substitute for the seed oils that a lot of stuff are fried in. If you want to fry something up, use the bacon grease, because it is not a seed oil, derivative. It's an animal fat that you can use over and over again, a certain amount of times, of course, before you have to worry about it going rancid. But those items you want to stick with. Now, another question I get: artificial sweeteners. Your coffee, Splenda, Equal, aspartame, sweet and low, aka, yeah. Now, this is a touchy subject because everybody's body's different. You'll see videos on YouTube of people mixing Splenda in with, coffee, and then doing a blood sugar test, and their blood sugar spikes a little bit, which will trigger your pancreas to release insulin, the hormone which will tell your body to store fat and shut down ketosis. Everybody's different. See, me, I don't really have that reaction to artificial sweeteners. So every now and again, I will have a Splenda in my coffee with just a little bit of heavy cream, if any at all. Usually I just put butter in my coffee with the Splenda, and usually 1 pack. I try to avoid all the dyed zero sugar drinks. The only one I drink usually is, once again, not sponsored, but they have these Gator Light zero sugars, and they have like 2 grams of carbs per drink, and I'll limit that to 1 a day, maybe 1 every few days if I have it, just for electrolyte supplement. But they do make all kinds of electrolyte supplements. I know another great carnivore and keto creator and doctor on YouTube. His name is Dr. Ken Berry. He has this stuff called Keto Chow that you can purchase, and it's a clear, salty kind of beverage, or you take like a shot of it almost. You don't like drink it like a Powerade or anything, but it's a good supplement. I'll endorse that. It's good stuff. But the artificial sweeteners are touchy, so you need to kind of find out how your body's going to react to this in whole. Now, also, try to avoid diet sodas. Try to avoid sodas in general. You're going to need to drink a lot of water and keep your electrolytes up. Make sure you're salting and peppering your food. I mean, to taste, but you know what? A little more is better. You're going to need more of that sodium chloride. Make sure you're using good salt, like, not endorsed, but Redmond's is a great brand. Don't be using the iodized salt, the stuff that's really processed, that has all these additives in it that, they're not optimal. You need to be using sea salt and natural sources to really get your bump in electrolytes. But I'll post more as I think of this stuff. It kind of comes to me as I'm getting texts and messages from friends who are starting this, friends and family. And I just want to support everyone out there who's starting this and answer any of your questions as you start, or as you traverse your journey through carnivore and ketovore. Which I say ketovore because some carnivores do add a little bit of hard cheeses like Gouda and stuff, because they're zero carb. And technically they are, but they're still dairy, and it's not really sticking to a strict carnivore diet. I've been guilty of that a few times, adding some Gouda on top of my sausage, or some Munster cheese on top of my, ground beef, melting it on top. And if it's zero carbs, sometimes I won't feel too bad about it, but dairy has been known to stall your weight loss, so for some people. So be careful with dairy, even if it's zero carb, hard cheeses. Just be very careful with it and be mindful. Ask questions, do your research, and, stick with the basics. Keep it simple. Or, as I've heard before, KISS. Keep it simple, stupid. I'm not calling y'all that. I'm just saying I've heard that saying before. Just keep it simple and stick to the plan. Stick to the meats, stick to the fats, stick to the butters. Stay away from sugar and refined carbohydrates. The stuff is poison. It's all over these shelves in our stores. Big food is putting it out there. Americans are eating it up and not getting full, therefore eating more of it, and we're getting bigger. And these diseases are getting out of control in our country. And people who are on carnivore are the minority, because it's hard and unsustainable for a lot of people because it's such a crazy drastic change. But once you make it and stick with it, it becomes a lifestyle. And I honestly believe anybody can do it if you really put your mind to it and you want it bad enough. And I am here to support you 110% all the way. So I hope this video helps you. Please click on the bottom, like, subscribe, and just get ready for some more content. I produce it when I can, sometimes on the fly as it comes to my mind. And like I have a few AI produced videos that I've done on the fly, you know, when I'm hanging out with my family or friends, and I just want to put something out there for you guys with little tidbits of information. But keep watching, keep supporting the channel, and I will support you guys as much as I can. And once again, I thank you for watching, and I'm wishing you nothing but the best on your journey with this. And please comment with any questions, send me messages. I'm always here to help, and I look forward to seeing your results. I'm still hanging in right around 235, kind of stalled out a little bit, but I do plan on incorporating some more exercise in my diet. You know, I was once 428 pounds. Now I'm down. I was 290 March 3rd, down to 235 now. And I plan on starting to incorporate some weight training as time allows. But like and subscribe, and thank you so much for watching. If this video was helpful, hit the like, subscribe, and I will talk to you guys soon. Keto on, carnivore on, and I wish you nothing but the best and health and happiness. Thank you for watching.